Hey everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country. Thanks so much for joining us on a Monday night. Country music and comedy go hand in hand. For many years, the Great Hee Haw Show was on TV, and you heard not only great music, but you also heard some of the best comedy in the world. And you're going to hear some of that tonight on My Kind of Country. This gentleman's a return guest to my show, and it's always a pleasure to talk to him. This is Ray Cooper from Nashville, Tennessee. Ray, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Scott, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Great to talk to you again.
You too.
So what is happening in your world?
Well, I tell you, I'm just been happier than a pig in slop lately. No jokes out there, no weight jokes. I'm trying, everybody. But just been happy. Calendar's really good this year. Got 4 hayride shows this year. I'm the comedic star of Music City Hayride. So it's over there at the Texas Troubadour Theater. I'm real happy about that. Got one May 28th, July the 16th, September 24th, and November the 12th. And it's nonprofit for the veterans, so I love it. I've got a Pigeon Forge date. I've got a date over in down there on the beach. So look out, because I just might put on my song down there. They're going to think I'm a shark or something. And then I've got a date later on in October. Well, I've got several of them in Nashville, but I'm terrible about that. So Scott's going to tell you later on in the show about how to get a hold of me because I'm terrible. My wife's going to critique this, so I'm ready for the punch. But, yes. So, but I'm just really excited. God's opening up doors for me, and just ready to walk through. I was on the fair, Wilson County Fair last year, and as a pop-up surprise guest. And let me just tell you, it was a surprise to even me that I'd be invited. But I get to host a 2-hour segment this year with some of my dear friends in country music. And, country music is like a family, and I love that.
It sure is. There's some of the best people in country music, that is for sure. Well, that's wonderful news. I'm glad to hear about that. RayCooperTalent.wixsite.com is Ray's website. We will put that information on our Facebook page for My Kind of Country, and you can go there and check out all of Ray's upcoming performances, and I encourage you to go see him. Family-friendly entertainment for everybody. You will definitely enjoy his humor and his music. He is just a very uplifting performer.
Well, thank you, Scott. I sure do enjoy it. Comedy's brought me through some of the roughest times in my life, and I always find, in myself, with my own life, if you can make someone else laugh, no matter what you're facing in your own life, it uplifts you too while you're doing it.
That's for sure. Well, I think firmly if God didn't have a sense of humor, then people like us wouldn't exist,
Oh, no. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, look at you, God. You were really on the ball when you made this one.
Music City Hayride, that's at the Troubadour Theater. They have renovated that. It's an absolutely beautiful venue, and
yes.
We love going there for all sorts of events, and that's a great show, and you mentioned it's for a great cause, and I hope people will check that out on Music Valley Drive. Always awesome parking there, too. That's easy in, easy out, and that's kind of a big deal when you're in Nashville. It's kind of hard to find a place to park downtown these days.
Oh, yeah.
Well, during your shows, tell our listeners what they can expect when they come to a Ray Cooper show.
Well, I try to give you a little bit of everything. I try to give, I do segments in my shows. I do marriage, weight loss, of course. I'm on another weight loss journey. I just hope I get there this time. My goal is to get down to 2 chins. So I'm halfway there, but I just love to segment it. And I also, over the last year and a half, 2 years, I've started doing comedy parodies. And that has really opened up the door. I've got a brand new one. I haven't even done a live video for it. But I took one of Merle's songs, and today I started Loving You Again. I'm real excited about it. I'm going to debut it on the Hayride. I ain't even done a live video on it. but it's over a personal story of weight loss. The last time I did it, and it's called Today I Started Taking Laxatives Again.
Well, that sounds like something to go on there, Ray. We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be a real blowout.
I'm sure. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sure if you're like me, you grew up. What I mentioned Hee Haw earlier. You watch shows like that, and what are some influences, and what really got you into comedy?
I thought when I moved to Nashville years ago, I'd be the next big singer on the block. Well, I was half right. I was big, but I wasn't a singer. And but one of my dear friends pointed out to me that's in gospel music. She was like, "Ray, you were funny," and I'm like, "Well, I don't think I'm funny." And she goes, "Your life stories are funny." And I said, "Well, they wasn't funny to me, but okay." But that being said, I love Lulu Roman. Yeah. That she is like my top comedic performer, and of course Minnie. You can't go through life without listening to Minnie Pearl and not just bringing joy to your face. Phyllis Diller. I love the people of the past and keeping them alive because the younger generation. I'll tell you a funny story real quick. First time I did a show, I usually do it for people of seniors, and first time I did it for a younger crowd, I looked at my best friend and I said, "Oh my dear Lord, Kenny, I'm dead. I am dead meat. They're not going to get my style of comedy." Well, you know what, Scott? They ate it up just like pigs in a trough. And I thought, well, dear God, thank you for that, because I thought I was going to have to call the coroner. I was that dead. But they loved it, and it made me feel alive, and it makes me want to cry because it really made me feel like that those people that were such a joy to me, that brought me joy, I was still able to carry their mantle just a little bit, not be like them, but carry their mantle just a little bit and keep them alive.
Well, that's wonderful, and that's so important because that whole era, I call it the golden era of entertainment. It'll never come back around again. It's very important to keep that alive. I'm glad you're doing that.
Well, thank you.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. I got to ask if you got a story or a joke you'd like to share with my listeners tonight.
Well, yeah, I always do. I have a friend. They said I'd heard that he'd lost over 265 pounds, and a couple of years ago, I went on a diet regimen. It wasn't the healthiest. It goes back to my parody. And, of course, so, I always write from the heart. If you can't tell, don't tell on other people. You can tell on yourself, and it's real funny sometimes, depending on the audience. But I love to talk about weight loss. And my friend, he'd lost 265 pounds.
Wow.
And I thought, Lord, have mercy. I need to get me some of that Manjuju, Ozympia, or whatever they got on the market these days to see what I can do. And I thought, you know what? I'm a quitter when it comes to that because me and Little Debbie's had a thing going on for a long time. We really have. The only thing I bench press, I've got pretty good though. I can bench press 2 in each hand. But I thought to myself, I said, the only way I could lose 265 pounds is a divorce. That's the only way I could lose 265 pounds.
Wow. I hope your wife's not listening to this. Well, a lot of us struggle with things like that, and that's I always tell people I've got a face for radio, so that kind of works out all right for me. But it's a constant battle, that's for sure. And there's everything coming your way to keep us eating and keep us addicted to stuff, and you never know what they're putting in food, And I know you were talking, and you did a Facebook video talking about soda and all the stuff that they put in it to make it addictive for people. It's hard to get away from it.
It truly is. It truly is. And, I always say that fat people are harder to kidnap, so I ain't going to get kidnapped, that's for sure. I always said that I never get kidnapped. They bring me back. That's what my wife always says anyway. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But anyway, but I just enjoy myself in life. I want to enjoy it a little bit longer. So I'm going to try to get some of this off, and I want to be able to get my old stage clothes again. They're like old friends. Every time I look in there to put something on, I'm like, I love you. I miss you. I'll write you a letter. I ain't seen you in so long. My wife always says, honey, when you going to wear that? I'd love to see you in that. I said, well, I'd love to see myself in it too, but it don't fit.
Well, you can look at it this way. You've got your own hand-me-downs. How's that?
That's it. I keep them in different stages. A guy told me one time it's in the Christian entertainment industry, and he goes, Ray, when I lost weight the first time, he goes, Ray, you need to keep your fat and your thin clothes. And I said, ain't no way. I ain't never getting big again. Famous last words. So this time, I'm keeping it all.
All right. That's great. RayCooperTalent.Wixsite.com is Ray's website. Check it out, folks. If you get a chance to go see him perform, he will definitely enjoy it. There's no question about that. And Ray, we're gonna play a cut here from Minnie Pearl, just in your honor tonight. She was one of the best in the world. I got to see her on the Grand Ole Opry back in, I think it was 1989. Her and Roy Acuff, and I will never forget that. I'm so glad that I had a chance to see them live.
That would have been amazing.
Did you ever get to meet her?
I never got to meet her. I've done shows with Lulu, but I've never got to meet Minnie, and that I hate that I never got to meet her. But I'll meet her one of these days.
Amen to that. Well, I'm glad you got to spend time with Miss Lulu, and I want to extend our thoughts and prayers to her. I know she's fighting some health issues, and we keep her in our thoughts and prayers here at My Kind of Country.
I'm sure she'll love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, Ray, thank you so much for taking time to be on the show. It's always a pleasure. And keep us posted. Anytime you've got some stuff going on, you want to get the word out there, you just let me know, all right?
Well, thank you, Scott, and thank you for all you do.
Well, my pleasure. Ray Cooper, RayCooperTalent.Wixsite.com. We will put that information on our Facebook page. And here is Cousin Minnie Pearl as we continue.
From Nashville, Tennessee, the country music capital of the world, Starday Records presents WSM's Grand Ole Opry star and the pride of Grinder Switch, Cousin Minnie Pearl.
So proud to be here. Well, sir, this is just a real pleasure to be here. Fellers, I'd like to sing one called How to Catch a Man. Now, when a handsome feller smiles at you, what harm can a little flirting do? And if he steals a kiss, well, don't get sore. Remember, honey, you've got plenty more. How to catch a man, how to catch a man. Girls are always asking me, how do you catch a man? Catch him while you can with a Minnie Pearl plan. Here's a little tip on how to catch a man. Hog time. Tell him this and keep a straight face, hun. Tell him two can live cheap as one. Promise him anything and you will find that after you're married you can change your mind. How to catch a man, how to catch a man. Girls are always asking me, how do you catch a man? Catch him while you can with a Minnie Pearl plan. It's better when they play loud, you can't hear me sing. Here's a little tip on how to catch a man. Get a bear trap.